Clearview News Desk workshop on accountability reporting, which kicked off on the 12th of July, witnessed the presence of journalists from several media houses in Abuja, the Nigerian capital. Day 2 was even more engaging as legal luminary and rights activist Frank Tete took participants through the basis, legal checks for investigative reporters. Clearview's Eunice Ella Eze was on ground to give details.
Day 2 of the capacity building workshop, which is aimed at promoting, equipping and empowering journalists on the tenets of investigative journalism, especially as it affects the rights of others. The training is expected to go a long way in aiding journalists on the importance of investigative journalism, the risk involved, and how to minimize such pitfalls. In his presentation, renowned legal luminary and rights activist Frank Tete took participants through the legal implications of malicious representations, especially as it relates to cybercrime and the penalties thereof.
The future of relevant journalism lies in actually investigative journalism. The reason is that it is targeted at exposing corruption. It is targeted at causing change. It is targeted at, ensuring that truth is made more easily accessible. Machines can't do that. And ordinary news reporting cannot achieve that. So, there is need for greater caution. Nevertheless, it is the hope for the relevance of journalism.
The lead program officer for the Clearview News Desk project, Inten Ekpang, gave a presentation centered on the basics of investigative reporting for beginners.
It's important to know that at the core of an investigative report is what? Establishing the truth. So if your investigative report is not establishing the truth, you are not doing it. Because some people work with hearsays, some people work with biases, some people, they don't like this person, can we do something to tarnish him? And we do a lot of that today. In fact, some people pay reporters to do that. They pay journalists, tarnish the image of somebody, and you run the story that you know is not true. And some people call it investigation. We investigated him and we discovered that it's not. Because at the core of this is the need to establish the truth.
Also gave a background of why the investigative journalism should be emphasized, even though most times we end up just doing our stories and moving on. He talked about the issue of prevailing corruption in the country, why we should go in depth and research issues and then bring it once there are issues that have to do with the common good of the public.
He also gave the keywords and characteristics of investigative reporting, which he said could be so impactful and holds powerful and influential people. Some of the participants bared their minds on the impact of the program and the takeaway from the workshop.
As an investigative journalist, you'll be exceptional and your report will have vivid evidence verified. So whenever you publish, you have evidence also to back up with your report.
There was added knowledge today to what I've learned before. So it will go a long way in improving my investigative reporting.
Journalism is so important that we cannot leave it for quacks. Hence the need for training and retraining, building of capacity, like what is going on now, to help us be better journalists and know our onions as it affects investigative reporting. I've learned a lot since the beginning of this program, and I don't even intend to miss a minute, because it is actually very interesting, very exciting, very thought-provoking, and also very engaging.
The training was put together by Clearview TV News Desk with support from the Wallace Soyinka Center for Investigative Journalism in partnership with the MacArthur Foundation. Eunice Eze reporting for Clearview News Desk.